Hi friends, welcome back to Monday Morning Mayhem. This is Ricky. I'm Ricky, and we're here to talk Week 5 of the NFL. A fun week, a little sad week. You know what? I think we need some intro music. Maybe next week we'll get some like da na na na. What do you think?
Yeah, that would be fun.
What do you want? What song do you want?
Doesn't matter.
Doesn't matter.
Maybe the Monday Night Football song from last year. That was a good song.
You like the Monday Night Football? All right. I like the classic. Classic Monday Night Football back in the day. Great week, exciting week of football. There were some really good, fun games this week, and Dak got injured, and that was very sad. It was a really bad injury. So you said you wanted to talk about some game, so I'll let you run. What do you want to talk about?
The first game I want to talk about is Miami, San Francisco. Coming into the game, San Francisco was favored by what, 8?
Something like that, yeah.
And it was, even if the Dolphins won, it was planning on being like a 7-3, and then the final score ended up 43-17. If you're a San Francisco fan, you're like, did our Super Bowl team just get crushed by a not very Super Bowl team?
Yeah.
Because it wasn't even a game.
What do you think about benching Garoppolo?
I think that was a much better move. I mean, they were down by a little bit. They only got one touchdown with Garoppolo and got 10 points with Bedford.
And 2 interceptions with Garoppolo. You think Garoppolo's done? I think Garoppolo's done. I think he's done. I think they're looking for a new quarterback next year.
Yeah, they probably should.
So we got a question about the Miami Dolphins, which is our team, from Peter, and he asked a couple of questions. He has 3 questions. The first one is he wanted to talk some more about the Houston-Miami trade from last year that sent Laramie Tunsil to Houston from Miami, and he wanted to know what Miami gets this year from it. And it's actually really good.
The original trade was 2 first-round draft picks and one second-round draft pick.
Right. So Miami took Austin Jackson last year with that pick, and now they have the number 1 pick this year, Houston's number 1, and Houston's number 2 pick this year. So what do you think's going to happen?
If Houston keeps playing like they're playing, Miami's gonna get it inside the top 6.
Do you think top 6?
They're gonna get a draft inside the top 6 if they have a chance. I would like to see Travis Etienne or Najee Harris. Those would both be good running backs that the Texans would be able to have. But because of the whole trade with Miami, if they keep playing badly, then they're number 6, 5 under. Is going to go to Miami for a running back. They're going to take a running back.
You want Miami to take a running back?
I want Miami to take a running back.
And those, whoever the 2 names you said again?
Najee Harris and Travis Etienne.
Put it on the, he's picking Miami's running backs. I think you're right. I think they need a running back. They need playmakers. Running back, wide receiver. His other question was, what about Tua?
We answered this question in week 1, but we can talk about it again. I think he's going to come in one of the Jets games. We got a Jets game coming in. More recently, in week 6, we have him coming in next week, where the Jets play Miami. In Miami.
Yeah.
So they're playing in Miami, and Miami's probably going to win.
I don't think so. Miami's going to win. I think Miami's going to win. I don't think Tua's going to play. I think Fitzpatrick has earned.
I have the same answer. If he plays, it's going to be in the Jets game.
So you think it's going to be one of the 2 Jets games? I don't think we're going to see Tua this year. I think Tua's on the back. I think Fitzpatrick.
I'm not disagreeing with you. I'm saying that Tua, if he comes in, if he manages to squeeze in after Fitzpatrick's doing so well, he's going to have to play the Jets.
Okay.
They're going to play the Jets if he comes in.
Okay. You still think Jets week? There's a Jets week this week. And then they have the bye, and then Jets again on the 8th. But I think that got moved around because of some schedule shuffling.
Yeah, on week 8 we play Los Angeles. And week 7 we have the bye.
So I think there was some movement around because of the schedule reshuffling, because of COVID. So I'm not really sure, but I don't think we see Tua. I think Tua is doing great on the bench. Awesome backup. We'll see you next year, buddy.
Play the Jets after week 11, which was our original bye.
Is that when you think we'll see Tua?
That's when the Jets.
What do you think? Do we see Tua that week?
It depends on how good Fitzpatrick does.
And this is, of course, barring injury. I mean, injury changes everything. All right, what other games do you want to talk about?
I want to talk about the Battle of Philadelphia. Philadelphia and Pittsburgh. Philadelphia played really well. We saw Carson Wentz threw like 2 interceptions to the same guy, I think.
Yeah.
And it was a really fun game because I watched it and it was fun. It was back and forth for a while there, but then Pittsburgh just took over. It was really close for a while there. And Chase Claypool, he's a rookie and he set a franchise rookie record with 4 touchdowns.
Yeah.
That was.
He's good. We gotta pick him up on our fantasy team.
I'm not even sure he's on.
He is.
I don't know where he is.
We gotta get him. Yeah, that was a fun game.
But that's the problem with Steelers wide receivers in fantasy is that he throws to a different one every week.
That's true. What do you think about Philadelphia?
Philadelphia played really good this week.
Our Eagles have.
They played really well. Philadelphia played really well.
Good.
But that just wasn't enough to beat the Steelers.
Yeah, Steelers.
So I think you're doing good, Philadelphia. You're doing the right thing.
What other game?
I'm also gonna talk about how it was Jacksonville, Houston. Houston, for a while there, was not looking very good to win that game. But then, out of nowhere, Deshaun Watson throws for a couple. Did he run one? I forgot. I think he ran one, but I'm not sure. But Houston beat Jacksonville 30-14. It was like 14-10 at one point. They were down.
Yeah.
Not looking good.
Do you think they played for Romeo Cornell?
Probably. They probably were very. Yeah. They were like, oh, we have to show up for this guy. Like, he's a new coach. He's not the new coach. He's a new coach. But there is a new coach needing to be coming in here as Dan Quinn was fired after he lost to Carolina.
Oh, at Atlanta.
He was fired at Atlanta.
Wow, I didn't know that. He was fired. Okay, talk about that.
I think that was the right move. Matt Ryan's doing a really good job. But it's just not the right idea that Dan Quinn has. He's been trying to give it more to the passing game.
Mm-hmm.
You really need to get Todd Gurley. He's a good rusher. What they need to do with Todd Gurley is, this is Matt Ryan, this is Todd Gurley. Todd Gurley needs to do what he does best, and that's not running up the middle. He goes around people. That's what he did best at LA. He went over here and he spun around people. He did what he wanted. He could just run over there and it was a touchdown.
So you want to get Todd Gurley in space. You think they need to do an offense to get Todd Gurley in space.
I mean, he got a touchdown against Carolina, but I'm pretty sure that was right up the middle.
Mm-hmm.
And it has to be like 2 yards because he can't run a 53-yard touchdown right up the middle.
Well, you've been saying this guy had to get fired all season.
I have, because he should get fired, and Raheem Morris is the interim head coach of the Falcons going in.
That's good. I like Raheem Morris. I think he's a good coordinator, and I think he'll make a good coach. What else you got?
And another game that I have was Minnesota-Seattle.
Mm-hmm.
Seattle really just, it was really, really bad at one point. It was 13-0 at halftime. Everybody was like, whoa, Seattle's in trouble. Seattle's in big, big trouble. But then, out of nowhere, 21-13. Where'd the Vikings go? This is what the Vikings cannot do.
I think that was more, where is Russell Wilson? Because I think that was all Wilson. I think Russell Wilson just said, team, I gotcha, and he won it.
I'm a little mad at the Vikings because you can't do that. You can't allow 3 touchdowns and not score after you're up by 13 points.
I still think it was real. They still had a chance to win at the end, though.
They didn't have a chance, but Seattle is Seattle. You have to play better defense. They played great defense in the first half. But in the second half, where was Minnesota?
Mm-hmm.
Dalvin Cook got injured. Okay. Alexander Madison did fine. Okay. What about the passing game? You hardly saw Kirk Cousins except for 2 5-yard touchdown passes to Adam Thielen.
So my thing with them, I don't think they're using Kirk Cousins right.
Yeah. I mean, the Redskins used Kirk Cousins better than the Vikings are.
Yeah, I think you're right.
But they were the Redskins. That's why I'm saying.
But I don't think this was. I don't think Minnesota lost this game. I think Russell Wilson won this game.
He did most. Yeah.
I think this was Russell Wilson being
and
Russell Wilson.
And Russell Wilson needs to mix it up a little. DK Metcalf, he was basically throwing to him on every play.
I know. You're just saying that because Lockett's on your fantasy team.
He threw to no one else.
I know.
I could have predicted, like, oh, that safety should go over there. Look what he didn't do. Metcalf got 53 yards in a pass.
Okay. Other interesting things that happened this week. Kansas City loses.
Yeah, that was just terrible.
I think, hey, kudos to Derek Carr and the Raiders. I think they had a great game plan, and I think they deserve to win. I think they beat them. I'm not worried about Kansas City. I think they're still going to be fine.
Andy Dalton did
I think
really good to close the game. He did good to close the game. Didn't get that much points, but he did well to close out the game.
Okay. I think so too. I'm not worried about Kansas City. I still think they're going to win the Super Bowl. You think so too?
Yeah, but it's close now that you have Seattle and Tennessee and Buffalo. All those guys are really great.
Green Bay.
They're all going to have really hard times.
Green Bay on last Monday night, looked awesome. And they were playing the Falcons, but they looked awesome. Let's talk about.
Actually didn't look that great.
Let's
30
talk about.
to 16. That's
They
Green Bay.
They looked awesome.
That was Green Bay.
They looked awesome.
No, they did not. That was Green
I
Bay.
thought Aaron Rodgers looked great in that game.
Maybe he looked great, but his team didn't. 30 points. They've been averaging like 42.
No, 30 points against any NFL defense is good.
Let's see. They had 37 to 30 against New Orleans.
Yeah.
They had 42 to 21 against Pittsburgh.
Yeah, and they put up 30 points.
And in week 1, they played against. They played against Minnesota and got 43.
And they put up 30.
Averaging an average of 38. 30 points for the Packers is not good.
They had a good week. They had a good week last week. They're on bye this week, so we get to make this argument later. Okay, Dallas lost Dak Prescott. Horrible injury. And we prayed for Dak last night. It's a terrible injury. But
his foot twisted in the complete wrong direction.
I know it was. Ugh. But I think Andy Dalton's the backup. He's a good backup. I think Dallas is going to be okay, and I think Andy Dalton is going to do just fine.
He'll do fine, but you were talking about how you blamed earlier today. You were talking about how you blamed the old coach of the Bengals.
I blame the Bengals for not putting a good team around Andy Dalton. I think Andy Dalton needs a good offensive line, which now he has. He needs wide receivers, and he had one in Cincinnati, but he just had one. And the running game, and he was injured. And the running game,
they just wouldn't give Joe Mixon the ball.
They wouldn't give Joe Mixon. They had Joe Mixon, but yeah, they wouldn't give him the ball. They didn't give him. The running game was mediocre. Now he has Zeke. He has an offensive line that is just big, and he's gonna protect him.
Last year, Zach Taylor had no idea what he was doing.
True. Last year, Zach Taylor.
Yeah. And this year, he's doing a much better job. He's giving Joe Mixon the ball. Joe Mixon has been rushing for 20 or more rushing touchdowns this season. So that's what happens when you give a good running back the ball.
Now, I think the Cowboys are going to win the NFC East just by default at this point, just because they're the only team that's going to just maybe with a losing record for all we know, but they're going to win the NFC East. And I like Andy Dalton. I think Andy Dalton is going to not make mistakes. He's going to throw to his playmakers. They're going to run to Ezekiel Elliott, and I think Dallas is actually going to be a better team the rest of this year.
Yeah, but can we make sure of this, that we're on the same page, that Dallas isn't going to make it past the first round?
Yeah, okay, fine. Dallas, yes. And another early exit for Andy Dalton. You're right, but I think they'll be fine. I think Dallas is going to be fine. And I feel so bad for Dak. Just so bad. You know, he was playing on a one-year contract. I mean, don't get me wrong, one-year contract is a lot of money. But the guy was looking to get paid, and oh man, I'm devastated. The game tonight, Chargers, New Orleans. Who do you have?
I'm taking New Orleans. I feel like this is a dangerous pick, but I'm going New Orleans.
Yeah, I hope it's a high scoring game. I want to see a lot of points scored this game.
We want to see a lot of points.
Yeah, because we have the New Orleans defense
on our opponent's team, and we're like right next to each other.
Yeah. So we need the Chargers to, I want to see like 37-42 would be good. Something like that.
38 to 40.
All right, you want to do picks next week?
Okay.
All right, let's do them. Jets Dolphins, no brainer here.
Dolphins over 3
By the way, did we both pick the upset last week? The upset special, Miami beating San. That was our upset pick last week, and we nailed it. How about that one? Yeah. All right.
21 points over.
What do you think, Miami?
21 points.
Miami by 21.
It's not going to be close.
Not even close.
It's not going to be pretty for those New York fans.
Okay, not pretty. Not pretty, New York fans. Houston, Tennessee.
Tennessee.
Hopefully it goes down. But yeah, Tennessee. Cincinnati, Indianapolis.
Indianapolis, just because Indianapolis has really been playing well. I mean, I like Cincinnati as a team with Joe Burrow. But Phillip Rivers is another one of those guys that you're like, does he age?
I know.
I mean, he was starting to go downhill last year with the Chargers, and then he comes back to Indianapolis, 3-2.
Yeah, I'm going Cincinnati this one. I think Cincinnati pulls up the upset. I like Cincinnati.
Take it.
All right. Atlanta, Minnesota.
Close game.
Atlanta's playing for their new coach.
That's why I'm going to pick Atlanta. I'm picking Atlanta to win this one.
Okay.
Not a good pick, but I'm picking Atlanta.
So the Denver-New England game from this week got moved to next Sunday. We don't know what's going on with Cam. We don't know any status. What do you think? New England Patriots. Denver. And remember, Chris Miller's watching.
Yeah.
Hi, Chris.
They're both kind of iffy now.
Yeah.
If Cam Newton plays, it's going to be the Patriots. But if not,
you think Denver has a chance?
Denver has a chance.
So what are you picking? So does it depend on who and if Cam plays?
If Cam plays, it's going to be the Patriots.
Okay.
But if Cam doesn't play, it'll be really just game-winning field goal. I don't know.
Then I think if Cam does not play, it's Denver. I think Newton makes a difference in this game. Washington, New York Giants.
Washington, New York. Ugh. Washington. I'm just picking Washington.
Just because
Washington. Look, I'm surprised.
Oh, Alex Smith. You want to talk about Alex Smith? Yeah.
You were obviously surprised by that.
I was. I didn't think Alex Smith was going to play this year. I mean, he was the number 3 going in.
Dwayne Haskins got pushed all the way back.
By the way, I hope he gets another shot.
But I like Kyle Allen. I think Kyle Allen's a great quarterback.
Great. He's a good quarterback. He's a serviceable backup. He's not great.
He's a backup that can play.
Yes.
You saw him at Carolina.
Yes.
He can play.
He's a backup that can play.
He's a backup that can play better than
But Alex Smith is a better quarterback, and hopefully he's healthy.
Let's say he can play better than, the Giants' backup. He can play two times better than the Giants.
Sure.
He can play 2 times better than the backup.
Fine. Baltimore, Philadelphia. So you're picking Washington just by default, just because somebody has to win that game. Baltimore, Philadelphia.
Baltimore.
Yeah, easy pick.
It's not even going to be.
Okay, so this one is I think the game of the week. 4-1 Cleveland, 4-0 Pittsburgh.
This is going to be the one that they pick.
Oh, you pick. All right, fans. Pittsburgh, Cleveland. What's your pick?
I'm going to pick for this one. This is going to be a really close game. I'm thinking Pittsburgh. I think they can do it.
Pittsburgh? I think it's going to be a fun one to watch. I think Pittsburgh wins too. Chicago, Carolina.
Oh, here we go. Okay. This is another going to be this is one of these big rivalry games.
Not really.
I don't know. I've always found Carolina against Chicago to be a big rivalry game.
No, not really.
What
do you like?
I like Chicago to win this one, not by much.
Chicago, by not by much. Detroit, Jacksonville.
Oh, okay. I'm taking Detroit just because of Matthew Stafford. We didn't know if he was actually going to play well this season. Now we saw him against all of those teams that he won against the Cardinals and had a good lead against the Packers for a point in time, which didn't last. But And I mean, he has an amazing arm. He can slingshot anything. You want a Hail Mary, you catch a Hail Mary. It's in your hands. You gotta catch it.
Okay.
I'm
So
picking Detroit.
Green Bay, Tampa Bay. The Battle of the Bays.
That's just fun. But I'm taking Green Bay, no doubt.
I think they destroy him and Tom Brady looks bad.
And he's gonna blame it on the team.
And he'll blame it on the team. He will not take blame for himself. Well, Rams, 49ers.
Rams.
Yeah, 49ers. I mean, they're just so injured and have so many injuries. And I don't think Garoppolo's their guy. I think he will be finding his way out of there this year.
Interesting. We have two Monday night football.
Two Monday night games next week because of all the cancellations. You got KC Buffalo and Arizona Dallas. Again, everything may change. KC Buffalo. I mean, that's probably the game of the week right there. KC Buffalo. I know I talked about. I got two. KC Buffalo. Who do you pick?
You guys got two now.
I know who I'm picking on that one. Who are you picking?
I'm no longer sure.
It's all up in the air, isn't it?
I'm gonna take Kansas City just because I don't know anymore.
I'm gonna take Kansas City. Arizona Dallas is the second game. Andy Dalton's first start.
This is gonna be a close game, no doubt. It's gonna be because the Cowboys defense is mediocre. They don't have a good defense.
That's a nice way of saying it.
And see, let's make it not nice. Their defense stinks, absolutely stinks. But I'm picking Arizona to win this one.
You're picking Arizona? Okay, I think Andy Dalton's going to pull off a miracle. Dallas. All right, guys, you have your games to pick this week. Pittsburgh, Cleveland, Kansas City, Buffalo. You've heard his picks. Let us know what you think. If you have any questions, post them down below. We're going to do our best to answer everything possible. We'll see you after week 6. Bye.
Bye.